Now let's talk about setting the unit for your drawing. So the unit option is on the status bar on the bottom right corner right here. So the unit for this drawing is millimeter gram second or mmgs unit system. Click here and you will see all the systems that we have for us. So we have the MKS, meter kilogram second, centimeter gram second, inch pound second. This one is the selected unit. You can simply change your unit by selecting any other from this list. For example, now I have IPS or the inch pound second unit system selected. So with the inch pound and second system selected, let's make a simple sketch. So I'll go to sketch and let's start with rectangle. I'll select the front plane and I'll click at a point here and again click here. So we have the sketch added. Now I'll press escape key and let's add the dimension here, because without dimension this drawing is irrelevant. So for the dimension, I'll go to this smart dimension tool, which is right here, and click on this line and click here. Now this distance 3.69 is 3.69 inch. As you can see, we have a suffix here. So I'll just make it maybe 5 and I'll click on this green check mark. Now this length is 5 inch. Let's click here and add the second dimension. So this is 3.008 inches. Let's make it 2.5 inch. So now you don't need to click on this green check mark. You can simply press enter and the drawing will change. It will adjust accordingly so that the length becomes 2.5 inch. Alright, so now we have a rectangle with length of 5 inch and a width of 2.5 inch. How about we change the unit now? So let's change this unit. So I'll go to this IPS here, inch pound and second unit, and I'll change it to mmgs, which is millimeter gram and second. And now the units have changed. But if you want to see the unit in action, select this sketch. And when you select the sketch, you will see this edit sketch option. Click on edit sketch and it will take you to the edit sketch environment where you can see the new length. So as you can see, the new length is 127 unit, which is 127 mm, and this is 63.50, which is 63.50 mm. So initially it was 2.5, it was just 5 unit, so that was an inch. Now it's in millimeters. So it will do the conversion for you as well. Now that's how basically you can change units in SOLIDWORKS, but there is more to that. Now the unit settings can be defined for a document, and to change the unit setting for the document, you need to once again go to this option and select edit document unit. Now this will take you to the document property where once again you'll see the same set of units. Now this is the same set of unit which we had here, and sometimes you may not even see the mmgs or this IPS unit system here, and in that case if you want to go to document properties, then you can use this option. Let me cancel it out and I'll go to this arrow right beside this gear icon and I'll select options. Now here click on document properties and select units. And once again, we are in the same option. So here you can now change the units. So here also you can change it to CGS, MKS, IPS, or even custom unit. When you select custom unit, you'll have an option of specifying all the unit options. So we have the first panel, which is related to units of length, the dual dimension and angle. Then we have the second panel where you can change unit of mass properties, final where you can change the unit of time, force, power, energy, whatever the unit is applicable for your current drawing. So in this case, I'll select custom, and in the length, I'll change the unit to, let's say, millimeters. So I'll just select millimeter here. Now this is the precision. So the precision is 2 decimal places, but you can change it to any precision value, maybe 1 precision value. So I'll just select 1. We don't want a very precise kind of drawing here. So that's 1. Then we have the dual dimension unit. I'll leave it at inches. And again, the precision, I'll change it to 1 decimal place. All right, for angle, we have degrees. If you want to change it to something else like degree minute and radians, you can change that, but I'll leave it at degree. And the precision of angle, we can leave it at 2 for now. I'll leave the mass properties and all the other properties, and with that, I'll click OK. So now we have a completely new set of units. Now, the basic unit was, well, mm. So this is completely unaffected. But as you know, we have changed the dual dimensioning unit. So for that, I'll select this dimension. And now I'll add the dual dimensioning here. So when you select a sketch, you will see its properties here in the dimension panel. So this is the properties manager. And here I will go to this last option, which is dual dimension, and I'll click on this checkbox. And now you'll see two dimensions here. So we have 127 unit, which is mm, and inside this square bracket we have the second dimension, which is in inches, and these settings have been already made inside the document property. So I'll click OK. There we are. Now we can see two dimensions for the same length. Now let's get rid of this completely. So I'll select it all and I'll click on delete, and I'll once again go to the document property to modify it one more time. So I'll go to this and options, document properties, and unit, and here we have custom. So let's change it to millimeter mmgs, millimeter gram in second. So we are back to normal. Let's click OK, and once again we are using mmgs. Obviously you can go to this and change it to mmgs from here as well. And let's add the rectangle one more time. So I'll go to rectangle, I'll add it here, and now once again press escape, go to smart dimension and add the dimensions. So I'll click on this line and I'll click here. Now I'll change this length to 100 unit, and now this is obviously 100 mm because we are using mm here. But if you want to override this, if you want to use a different unit for this length, then you can go to this unit option and change it to something else from here. So by default it will take the unit in millimeter, but let's say we want it in inches again. So I'll just use 100 inch for this length. Alright, now this length is 100 inch. So click on this green check mark, and now here it is. You can clearly see that it will convert your unit, which is 100 inch, into millimeters. So it will do the conversion for you because we are using mmgs. So even if you add any other unit, it will just convert it for you and add that unit here in your drawing area. So now I'll click on this line here. And again, I'll add the second dimension, but this time I'm not going to change it to inches. I'll simply type in the value. So maybe I'll just type 1000 and I'll click on this green check mark. All right, now that's 1000 unit, which is 1000 millimeters. So there it is. So that's how you can add the unit here in the drawing area.